Have you ever found a trading strategy that looks absolutely perfect on paper, but when you try it, it just completely falls apart? Well, today we're going to dive into why that happens. We're talking about the deep connection between who you are as a person and how you should trade. And honestly, getting this right might just be the most important thing you ever do for your trading career. I mean, we've all been there, right? You find a strategy, it's got great back tests, you follow the rules to the letter, and you still end up losing. You get frustrated, you start questioning everything, and you're on the fast track to burnout. So what is going on? Why does this happen over and over again? And this right here, this is the key. This quote just nails it. The problem isn't always that the strategy is bad. It's that the strategy is bad for you. You can't stick with it because it's fighting against your schedule, your gut level comfort with risk, or maybe even just your basic personality. So let's talk about that missing piece of the puzzle. It's not some magic indicator or a secret the big banks are hiding. The missing piece is you. The real power comes from what we call personal alignment, making sure that the way you trade is in total sync with who you are.
So let's be super clear about what this means. Personal alignment is all about intentionally finding a strategy that fits you like a glove. It has to line up with your financial goals, your daily life, and even how you're wired to think. This isn't just some feel-good concept, folks. This is the bedrock of any sustainable trading plan.
All right, so to get that alignment, we've got to start by taking a good, hard look in the mirror. It's time for a personal inventory to figure out our own trader DNA. What are the core factors that really define us? Because those are the same things that will define how we should trade. So let's break it down. First up, and you can't negotiate with this one, how much time do you actually have to trade? And I'm not talking about how much time you wish you had. I mean the real boots-on-the-ground hours you can commit. Just this one factor alone is going to knock a ton of strategies right off the table for you. So you gotta ask yourself, honestly, are you a super busy professional who can maybe check your charts once at the end of the day? Or do you have the freedom to sit and watch the market tick by tick for hours? Trying to be a day trader or a scalper when you got a demanding 9 to 5, that's just a recipe for absolute disaster. Next up, let's talk about your gut, your risk tolerance. This is all about how well you can emotionally and financially handle taking a loss. If your strategy is so volatile that it keeps you up at night, you are completely misaligned. And you're just setting yourself up to make bad, fear-driven decisions down the road. So think about it. What's your number? At what point does a drop in your account make your heart start pounding? Is it a 5% drop? 10%? 20%? You need to know that number. A strategy that's historically had 30% drawdowns is never, ever going to work for someone who starts to panic at 10%, no matter how profitable it might be over the long haul.
And finally, let's talk about how your brain works. We all have different strengths, right? Are you a numbers person? Do you see patterns visually? Or are you more of a storyteller who can grasp the big economic picture? Forcing yourself to use a style that doesn't feel natural? Well, it's kind of like trying to write with your other hand. You can do it, but it's going to be slow, messy, and super inefficient. So be real with yourself here. What do you actually enjoy doing? If you love digging through spreadsheets and data, then a quantitative approach is probably your jam. If you just naturally see shapes and patterns jumping out from the charts, then technical analysis is your playground. And if you love learning about companies and economic trends, fundamental analysis is where you're going to feel right at home.
Okay, so we've looked at all these separate factors. Now for the fun part. Let's see how they all come together to create these real-world trader profiles. This is where you might just start to see yourself emerge from one of these descriptions. I mean, look at this. It's the perfect contrast. On one side, you've got the excitement seeker, high adrenaline, fast-paced, probably glued to the 1-minute chart. On the other side, you've got the patient fundamentalist. They're calm, they're doing deep research, looking at the decade ahead. Both can be wildly successful, but they are playing completely different games because they are fundamentally different people. Now, what's so cool about this is how it all just clicks into place. Of course, the busy professional should be a swing trader. It works with their limited schedule. It makes total sense for the analytical quant to build algorithms. It plays to their strengths and takes emotion out of it. The conservative preserver, they're all about safety, so low-leverage investing is the obvious choice. And the person who needs steady cash flow gravitates to dividends. See? Each strategy is a direct solution for that person's unique profile. And here is the most important takeaway of all. This isn't a one-and-done thing. This isn't some personality test you take once and you're set for life. Your life is going to change, your time, your goals, your comfort with risk, it's all going to evolve. Real long-term success comes from realizing this is a journey, an ongoing process of self-discovery and adaptation.
So here's the game plan. Just remember that success isn't about one big win. It's about being able to stay in the game day after day. And your most valuable asset in that quest isn't some secret indicator. It's self-awareness. It's knowing who you are. So align your strategy with the person you are today and be ready to check in with yourself and adapt as you grow and change tomorrow.
And that really is the final question, isn't it? The perfect strategy for you is absolutely out there. The market has endless ways for you to succeed. The real challenge, the real work, is getting to know yourself well enough to actually recognize it when you find it.